New comments from President Obama this afternoon on Syria.
Any agreement needs to be verifiable and enforceable. Ultimately, what's needed for the underlying conflict is a political settlement that allows ordinary Syrians to get back to their homes, to rebuild, and to relieve the enormous suffering that's taking place.
The remarks come as trust in the government to solve America's problems hits a new low. A brand new Gallup poll shows less than half the country now has confidence in the Obama administration's ability to handle international and domestic issues. Commentators certainly feel that's true this week after the president's mishandling of the Syria situation.
Whether there's a developing idea that the president is not so good at foreign policy, number one, and number two, whether this whole Syrian crisis will just take more air out of whatever leverage he has for the future of his administration.
These are the fruits of a completely incompetent, epically incompetent foreign policy diplomacy by Obama.
I think if you're a supporter of the president, you should be critical of him. You're not doing him any favors by just sitting silently when he's screwing things up.
Most Americans are finally realizing, and I mean that, finally realizing, that this country is losing power on almost all fronts. And if that trend is not arrested and soon, that will be Barack Obama's legacy.
Ominous words from a great leader, Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, my God.
Greg can't handle it.
I think I'm going to throw up.
Please, not till after 6 o'clock. All right, Bolling, what do you make of it?
Okay, so the poll you put up there was Gallup poll, right? And they call it trust, America's trust in I guess, President Obama. We call it leadership. You know, remember when President Reagan, a real leader, said, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall." That signaled the end of the Cold War. Russia went through years, decades on their heels, high unemployment, their economy struggled, their military starved, they're you know, in the doghouse. Enter Vladimir Putin, who brings them back. Meanwhile, we get President Obama, who puts us in a wussification, redistribution economy, and you have one economy growing, one people's getting stronger, and the other one doing the opposite. Leadership, I should just stop because a picture says 1,000 words. Here's, watch.
Oh, my goodness.
Which one? Which one do you want leading your country?
So, Eric,
I'm going with the bike. I'm going to go with the bike.
So, Eric, you like the shirtless guy in the woods.
I like the shirtless guy holding the rifle.
Oh my God!
I mean, which one is more? Which one would you?
Yeah, you like
So
you like the made up photo. You like the pretend photo.
Greg lost his
Mr.
shirt,
Macho.
and he's going to be wandering in the wilderness, Bolling, in case you're interested. Oh, my goodness. All right, so, Dana, let's talk about this, because this is a cause of concern for many Americans, because they're worried about how we are looking in the world. Are people worried about our president taking some action? No. Are they going to say, listen, the guy who's actually making moves that's determining the course of events here and in the Middle East is Putin?
Well, I think that America looks at this more in sadness than in anger in a lot of ways, because it's just, it has been embarrassing, but you also it's one of those things where you don't want to admit that it's embarrassing, and you want to say, yes, absolutely, this is the plan, this is the diplomatic route we are going to take, and the president, we're right behind you. And that's, a lot of people would like to be able to get to that place, but unfortunately, the administration continues to give you reasons. Even if you want to help them, they have to say ridiculous things about their opponents on every issue right after they've caused an international embarrassment for the last 2 weeks.
All right, Greg, comments, and then I want to play Jay.
I think it's a mistake, however, to think this is unintended. This is President Obama's greatest achievement, which he predicted, to bring America down a notch. Remember, America as an exceptional being was the problem. In a way, President Obama was like Babe Ruth. He got up and he pointed to the fence and he said, we're going to strike out. And he did. The problem is his failure is now ours. He has spread failure around. Just like our wealth, we've all had our fair share of failure. It sucks. Now we have the actions of al-Qaeda, Iran, North Korea, Syria. It reveals the truth that the absence of good gives consent to evil.
Profound.
Nature abhors the vacuum.
Only 4 minutes.
Did he?
Go ahead.
I hate vacuuming.
Did he point to center field and say we're going to strike out, or did he say we're going to tie?
Yes.
We definitely don't want to lose.
We're going to walk.
We're going to walk.
Let's get Juan Williams in here. I hope you can bring some amazing points to this discussion. I know you.
Well, I was just listening in wonder. I mean, to me, the American people have been very clear. They don't want military action here.
Right.
You know, I mean, so
They're
I think
opposed
if
to conflict.
right, so if you have a president that says, "Oh, let's just go do it anyway," I think people would say, you know, I just didn't feel that was the right act. Okay, but to Greg's point, I think that the president has meandered. He hasn't had a clear policy. It borders on incoherent to the casual viewer, the people following the news here on the 5, and I think that's why it opens him to his critics. But do I think that it's evidence of some kinds of, you know, malfeasance or evidence that America's losing power? No, America's the most powerful country in the world.
But
Imagine
you're
if that.
only as good as your commander-in-chief.
Let me just say something. Let me just finish this. What if Putin said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take you guys on"?
He did.
He would be a biggest fool in the world. Come on.
He's taken us on.
He's not taking us on.
He has stepped into a leadership vacuum, unfortunately. Look, Barack Obama is my president. I want him to do well. I don't want this to be an embarrassment where it just looks completely